hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my head, get you out. Hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again. Well, I'll be lonely forever. Leave your silence just a deadly sound. That's a dead note. 'Cause I'm falling to my knees right now. Somebody save my, save my, save my soul. Don't have to ever feel so lonely forever. I've been searching for your heartbeat.
Uh-oh,
Good.
muted.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm just celebrating saying I haven't had any technical difficulties, and then that happened. For the last 1 week. 1 week I will get this right. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most anticipated show that I've done so far. You don't realise the amount of messages by one person, and I know you're watching this because you messaged me earlier saying you are sat down in your living room with popcorn watching this, Andre, and I know exactly you're watching this, and I know you're ready to go. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of every age, please let me introduce to you the queen of OLE, the woman that defines every expectation that you want in life, the woman that you look at and go, God, can this person be any more perfect? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've made her blush. I've made her more, doesn't know what's going to come out of my mouth. And to be fair, neither do I. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Melball.
Yay! What an introduction. Oh my God. Thank you, my friend. It is so exciting to be here. I definitely don't consider myself the queen of OLE. I definitely consider Astrid more the queen of OLE. I'm definitely the mama, though. I'm the mama
No,
Melball that likes to keep everyone in order every once in a while.
that's very true. But Astrid lost that title when she decided to
Oh.
keep removing me from when I'm having a great rant about things off the screen. Until she stops doing that, I'm taking that crown away and giving it to you. But
I'll take the
we are
Empire
here,
crown.
and we have got people in the comments already. We've got Astrid, who's already saying, "Hey, we love it. We're all doing it. We're all doing it." And here we go. He's ready. He's not in the hot seat. How you doing, my
Oh
friend?
no.
We've also got the man, the myth, the absolute legend. We got Bobby
Mr.
Munson
Money
here.
Monson.
We've
Mr.
also
Money.
Lauren Goodnight is also here. My sister from another mister. She is definitely here today. And then
Love
Astrid,
you,
the
lady.
beautiful Melball. The beautiful. Also, Andre again. He's on fire. He's got that phone in his hand, ready to go to ask questions.
Oh no.
Stop it, Andre. You're
Andre.
making me blush already, you are. And then, do you know what? I'm very close to giving it to you back because you wrote that comment as well. And then also, Astrid Queen, Mel Mother, and I'm okay. Yeah,
We can share that title, Lauren. We can share that title.
there we go. The Wacky Backy Crew. There you go. The Bob Marley Party
Yes.
Squad. There we go. We've got that. But let's get into this. We'll go back to the comments throughout, and there's other things that we'll go through as well. I want to say before we get into it, a very, very well done to Astrid for that new OLE intro that she created. She sent another version to me yesterday, and I had to apologize because I was like, did I go overboard in my critique? I do apologize if I have. But she then would send me another one, and it was a chef's kiss, and that was perfection. So Astrid, massive shout out to you for doing the OLE intro, which you will be seeing, I think, with all of them now moving forward. So first question for you, Mel, is mental health. We're going to get into this. We know that I've said this before, and I said this with Astrid. We do this at the beginning of every show. That when I saw your video that you did, I think it was last year or so, where you sat down with Astrid and Bobby talking about mental health, it inspired me to make a video on my mental health and what I went through to get to where I am now. So I want to ask you, how is your mental health now? That's the first part of this question.
I mean, everybody is stressy and depressy nowadays because of something or another thing. But what matters is that you have ways to manage it. And like, you know, some days are better than others, especially at my age, and I'm hormonal. I'm all over the place. But as long as I have my gym time, I'm going there. I'm happy. I have my people there that I like. I have my people there that I don't like. And they push me harder than anybody else. I have my mentor there, my 70-year-old champion bodybuilder, Chuck, who's always given me advice and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a day-to-day battle. But right now, I'm in a very good place. I have a really great circle of friends that I can rely upon. And even though I don't have my amazing therapist, Janice, to talk to anymore, I have the amazing people in OLE. I'm very close to Andre. I'm very close to Astrid. I can rely on Bobby whenever I need. I can contact Ed. I can contact you. I have a ton of people that I can talk to help me manage anything I have pop up that does kind of take me off the rails, so to speak. I have a great circle of friends that put me back on where I need to go. So it's day to day, but right now she's doing pretty good.
Good. You don't look, before I get into this, you don't look a day over 21. So I don't want to be hearing any of that age
Thank
stuff.
you.
I tell you. But so for you, it's the gym that sort of keeps you. If you don't have the gym, is the gym your main focus to keep you back into where you are? Is that you say you talk to other people, but is the gym sort of just getting there and just getting all of what you need out?
Yeah, see, with my routine, I always do my gym time first thing in the morning. It's usually I'm at the gym within an hour, hour and a half of waking up because I figure if I fight the demons before the day starts, I can make it through the entire day
Hmm.
and not really have to listen to them before I go to bed kind of deal. So I do like to, and I'm a very much a bodybuilder. I push myself to very, very extreme limits with my weight training. I sometimes do let my ego get the better of me, and I do find that I do injure myself quite a bit, such as, like, when you look at the wrestling community, though, they're doing the same thing. So when I surround myself with those people, I start to take on
Hmm.
their kind of personality too. Wrestlers do the same thing where they wrestle on injury. I also work out on injury. Not the smartest thing, but again, as you mentioned, it does keep me kind of level. It keeps me straight on the road that I need to kind of go for the day, and helps me stay focused. Absolutely. If I didn't have the gym, it would be a very, very rough time for me. I don't think I would really know where to start my day or how to kind of get my head kind of sorted. Working out kind of gets the blood going so that my brain doesn't misfunction, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. For me, it's the content creating and going to watch my beloved Reading Football Club that sort of gets me out of the space of what I'm in. And the question I want to follow up on that before we move on and go on to other things now
Mhm.
is, what was the trigger for you to know that the gym was the place for you to go, or the thing to help you with your mental health? I ask you this, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm asking you. Is for me, I know that content creating, when I stopped doing it for a little while, my mental health sort of spiraled
Mhm.
out of it. And I will say this now, and I hope she's still here in the chat. Lauren Goodnight was one of them. What Lauren, Ed, and Ed, Astrid, and Tom Colicue were the ones who sort of saved me from really spiraling in the wrestling community by going, look, you did this before. You had good stuff what you were doing. Use that. Do that again. Ed hates praise, and I'm so looking forward to next week because he's on this show, and I'm going to lavish that man with so much praise.
Yes,
With
do it.
getting back into things. So, what was it for you that made you go, the gym's the main thing for me, or what was that trigger for you to get you to that point?
So, gonna try to long story short this. I used to be very, very obese. I would At 5'3", I used to be 250 pounds. And when I was obese, a lot of really negative, terrible things started happening to me, mostly because of my obesity, whether it was injury, whether it was like personal relationships that were kind of thrown into kind of chaos. The obesity seemed to be the biggest problem. So for me, it was having the realization that all these things were kind of going wrong, and that the only person who could actually fix them was me. So at that time, I didn't have a really great um, group of friends that I have now. I didn't know the people that I know now. I didn't have the gym at the time, and I just kind of was sitting at home doing nothing, just playing video games, watching wrestling. Um, it really was like the trigger for me was actually my mother, my biological mother. So, really quick fun fact, I'm actually adopted. So, I was adopted when I was 18 days old in Ontario. And so, I have my adoptive family, I have my biological family, and I've been very lucky enough to meet my biological mother. And for me, the trigger to start taking care of myself was her getting sick and passing away of cancer. So that was the thing that kind of made me go, okay, she wasn't even 50. I'm getting up there. I need that trigger. I need to do something. So that was when I started just doing little things at home, working out to kind of change myself. So I started stretching in the evening instead of just sitting on the couch. That evolved into Xbox 360 gaming, where I had that connect thing,
Hmm.
and you could do the dancing and like
Yeah.
the little like connect exercises and stuff like that. That was actually my starting point to starting to lose weight. And after a couple months of me just grinding on that, that was what kind of made me go, oh. And then people started noticing. It became I worked a little bit at it, people noticed. I worked at it, people noticed. But what triggered me into getting into the bodybuilding and stuff like that right now is when I lost too much weight and I dropped down to 105 pounds, and like high schoolers were outweighing me. I was very sick. I couldn't do anything. I was frail. Um, that that was when I started dating someone who actually was in the wrestling community, who was a personal trainer themselves, and they kind of started that foundation of support for me to start going to the gym more. That and the P90X series kind of got me ready for that. So between the guy I was dating at the time and Tony Horton, if you know Tony Horton, you know how aggravating he is, just screaming at me for hours a day to keep doing one more rep. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So yeah, the gym kind of, the realization that I needed the gym kind of came slowly as I progressed through my body dysmorphia issues in my late
Hmm.
20s and 30s there. Yeah, the gym really has been the biggest part of my life in the last decade, and I don't know what I would have done without it.
Well, before we move on, I want to give you my condolences about your
Mhm.
mother. I do. Sorry to
Thank
hear
you,
that.
thank
I've
you.
had family members that have passed away because of cancer, and we lost two people in 1 year last
Mhm.
year from my wife's side, and
I'm sorry
both
to
of
hear
them.
that, my friend.
Yeah, it was just one of those. It was one shit storm after another, really,
Mhm.
with us. But at least you know, or what you've done is just miraculous work, and you look great, by the way. I really
Thank
hope
you.
my wife doesn't see that part. But I'm just saying. But we've got a few comments here before we move on and go on to the next thing. We had one from Lord Ostrom. Yeah, that the OLE. If you want to find it, it's in
So
the
good.
Discord. And then we had one from Papa Smokes, the
Papa
man with
Smokes.
the most beautiful voice I have. If I could get his voice and put it on an app that could get me to sleep, I reckon I could. Um, a big hug there from Astrid as well. She's telling Lauren about the linked. And then Andre's put injured Melball. That's just a regular thing these days. And then we've got Jupiter Vision. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing all right. And then the guy that I see every time I'm on here, I love
Bobby
this man because he
Stutz.
pops and he's brilliant. I love this man. Bobby, hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope
Yes.
everything's going all right with you. Hope everything's fine and you're doing well. But let's talk about the beginning of Melbourne. Let's talk
Mhm.
about the beginning of this. And let's talk about what it's like for you being a woman in the IWC, in the internet of the wrestling world. Let's talk about it. How have you, what's it like been like for you as what got you started into doing wrestling content and how has it been for you?
Well, the original place that I kind of started was with a friend of mine named Cody the Foe. Duffo on Love Wrestling. Actually, he started doing a New Japan. I want to say it was the New Japan Cup um, on Love Wrestling, and he invited me on there because he didn't know anybody else who watched New Japan Wrestling. So we kind of got into it through there. It was kind of like very casual, very similar to what Andre and I kind of do on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk right now. And then once that kind of ended, I was like, this was fun. This was interesting. And at that point, I had been introduced to Astrid and had started to have this nice little blossoming friendship with her. And then she actually invited me on to do, oh, what was the show called? It was that TNA, it was the Impact show where it was like the all women's show where it was
Okay.
myself, Astrid, and Ella J, all doing the kind of review on that. And afterwards, when we were talking, I was like, I had so much fun doing this, just chatting wrestling, chat like having, opposing views, similar views, seeing what everyone else got out of the show. It was a lot of fun. And I think this happened in like a January. So I went through part of the year just sitting there going, man, I really enjoyed doing this, but like I don't know the first thing about doing any of this. So I just kind of sat on it for some time until my friend Mike the Roof asked me if I would be interested in doing the first ever Forbidden Door pre-show for Backbreaker Media. And I would be working with Andre C. So Andre and I got on there. We had this great chemistry together. We did a great show. And it was after that point where I was like, okay, I found my partner. Now I need to figure out what it is that I want to kind of do. So after I got in touch with Andre, asked him what he thought, we got in touch with Mike. Mike helped set us up with the Simo stream, and the rest is kind of history. Andre and I just started putting out content, having a blast with it, and it's just been a whirlwind of fun and just watching a lot of wrestling. It's been so much fun. Knockouts, knockdown, that's the one. Yes. Um, but yeah, it's actually for me, I've been I think pretty blessed in my kind of coming in to this because I haven't had to deal with too much crazy stuff that
Hmm.
I don't feel that I am not capable of dealing with, if that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
a lot of women who with bigger platforms, for example, they will deal with a lot more harassment, a lot more kind of I don't want to say chauvinism, but maybe that's kind of what they do kind of deal with. I haven't had the misfortune of having to deal with people like that. And if someone does leave a negative comment, I don't have to respond to it. It's the kind of like everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm in that mindset of
Hmm.
you can have your opinion, but if you're going to be rude about it, I'm under no obligation to acknowledge it. So I've kind of gotten into this habit of ignoring any kind of negativity unless it's constructive
Hmm.
and just kind of happily absent-mindedly existing in my space.
I think I want to go back on something that you just said. How
Mm,
lucky that you are, or lucky to found. I don't think you're lucky at all, and I'll explain why. There's something about you. There's an aura. There's something that the way that you conduct yourself that just, and I mean, there's no other way for me. You suck people in. There's something about, and I don't think it's luck whatsoever. Why do you think it's luck? Because I don't think it is. I think you've got the talent. You've got everything about you that deserves to have a massive platform, as well as Andre. We'll get into him in a minute about that. But why do you think it's luck? And do you recognize the talent that you've got, or is it something that you don't really think about?
it honestly, like, yeah, it's not really something I just kinda I always say, "I'm just a Melball. I'm balling." I show up and I ball and I go home. Um, I just kinda try to make everybody feel comfortable, make everybody happy, and I just kinda, like again, I do feel like it's luck at the people that do stick around as opposed to the people who stick around and then don't. Um, yeah, and I don't know. You're so nice. Those like such kind words, Mark. I appreciate that.
No, no, no. So for me, when I recognize or I look, so for me, when I watch your videos and I watch you and Andre, it's very much of I love Andre, the passion he has. But then when I listen to you,
Mhm.
it's very much of you sort of just sit there and you go, huh, yeah, that's right. I didn't think of it like that. Or there's certain ways that you put things and you go, that's the right way of putting it. It's just the way that
Mhm.
you do it. It's just there's not many people I've seen on the internet that I go, right, I will happily sit through, even if I have like I will watch your Japanese wrestling. I have no clue about what's going on whatsoever because I don't watch it, but I will listen to it just to see what you guys say about it. And I want you to recognise of how good you are and what you do, and I hope you do understand that there is a lot of love for you, and you will see here by the comments here, Astrid, Mel is very welcome, absolutely. Andre saying ignoring those negative people yelling. Yes, Andre, I have found out last week you do have a very big mouth. So yes,
He
and
does.
there we go.
His mouth has gotten me in trouble, but again, as he said, I am very good at ignoring people. If I don't think that you are important enough to exist on my plane, I will stare right through you like you don't even exist.
So let's talk about your tag team partner, Andre. Let's talk about
Yes.
him, shall we? He's here. He's around, and he's just commented saying yes with that. There's a lot of love,
Mhm.
and I'm loving the comments so far. There's a lot of love. This is the most loved comment I've
I
had
love you
since doing
guys.
this series. So this has been amazing so far. Also, Bobby has just popped in to say, there we
Love you, Bobby.
go. So I want to talk about Andre. You said that you both met each other doing a show with Mike the Ref. How
Mhm.
has your friendship blossomed from there? Because last week he raved. You've probably seen. I don't know whether you've seen
Mhm.
the show or not, but
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
he was on Monday and he raved about everything about you and the way that you've helped him through things. How has the friendship gone from meeting someone doing a one-off show to now where he classes you as one of his best friends. He looks for
Mhm.
you for advice. You both look out for each other.
Mhm.
How has that come to where it is now?
Oh yeah, Andre has become like a little brother to me. And growing up as an only child, it's been very, very amazing to end up having all of these like families, like these siblings that are like brothers and sisters. You can go into interviews and be like, oh yes, the locker room or my boardroom or whatever is like a brotherhood. It's like a family. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to show it. And Andre shows it. So Andre and I actually had known each other for probably a couple years before we actually started working together, just through, again, wrestling community and stuff. I knew who he was. I knew about the Ringside Mafia, him and Mike, him and Brian, Andreas. Like I knew about all of them, but we didn't really like start talking until we started going to Beercade and hanging out at the pay-per-views there, but then doing the Forbidden Door was just like the kind of aha
Hmm.
moment that we both had where we were like, okay, we could absolutely do this. And we started Andre and Melballs, I think maybe a month, not even after the Forbidden Door. I think it was in July that the Forbidden Door happened. In August, we started Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talks YouTube channel. Um, his guidance has been invaluable to me throughout the last couple of years, man. He has supported me going through the roughest times. And it was always wrestling that kind of pulled us both out of our darker times. But I'm already getting emotional talking about him because he has been such a foundation. It's been so good to
Hmm. Should we have
already.
a? You okay? Do you want to carry
Oh
on, or
yeah,
should we
I'm
take a
good.
little
I'm
bit of a
good.
breather? Okay.
No, no, I'll be good. I just need to dab the eyes to not ruin the makeup because priorities. Um, Friends who become family are people who are invaluable. Andre is a friend who became family. He really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you have a little bit of a breather and do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go off with some of the comments here. Astrid showing some love towards you. We've got a comment from Andre starting. We started in August 2022 for the end of the G1.
Yep.
Now Andre's crying. Uh, um, Melbourne as well. And Lauren's got her priorities right, saying save the mascara.
Right? This is why I put on extensions because then I only have to put the mascara on the lower part. Only going to ruin half of the face. Ah, yeah,
Do you know
just got
what?
to
Do you
get
know what?
that
Do
part
you
out.
know what the problem is as well? I have the same issue. I have to put the lash anyway. I put the lashes on and the mascara, so I'm absolutely fine.
Right? You got to keep the eyeliner on fleek too. I mean, look.
Exactly. Right.
And
So
yes, Lauren. Lauren's always looking beautiful too on the streams with you guys. Love seeing
uh,
her makeup looks.
Absolutely, and she's doing amazing work on my wrestling channel currently, doing the WWE
Yeah.
2K24 stuff, and she's doing amazing work.
Yes.
Some more
Her
love for you
commentary
as
is
well
hilarious.
in there as well. We've got I love you
Love you,
to
Bobby.
Melball as well. But we're going to change gears. We'll get back to Andre a little bit
Yeah,
later. Once
for
we do that,
sure.
and we're going to talk about OLE. This is the
Mhm.
platform we're on. This is the platform where we are. So the first question I've got for you before we get into other things is what got you to OLE? Why was OLE the platform for you and Andre? You can take a drink of that if you want to before you answer the question, because I saw you bring the
No, no,
drink.
no, no.
Okay. I was like, I'm gonna carry on
Phasing
talking to see if she wanted it. But
in.
what brought you to OLE? And then we'll go up. So what was what got you here to be a part of our local establishment?
So what got me into OLE was actually the original formation of OLE. I was one of the four people that were kind of asked to begin the formation, along with Bobby and a couple other people there, Chris Parrish and Carl. So the four of us just kind of got together. We're like, we want to be able to do something. We're not finding opportunity kind of elsewhere. Let's do our own thing. And it just kind of everyone just kind of put in the work, some more than others, and we ended up getting it off the ground really, really quickly, and getting regular weekly shows up there really good. We had like a lot of people kind of taking on certain duties. That was where I kind of got the Mama Melball manicure. Why did I mess up
Mantra.
that word? Metaphor.
Yeah, there we go.
The
Yeah.
Mama Melball metaphor there, because I was the kind of person who was kind of mothering everybody. Whenever there was an issue, I'd be like, hey, stop it. I was the kind of person where I was like, the kids are bickering in the back seat, and I'm the person going, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm going to turn this car around, kind of thing. Like I'm smacking them with the little Astrid will know the proper word for it, whatever this flip flop is. Like
Yeah.
I was that mom.
Could Tila could I don't even know what. Carry on,
Chavita?
yeah.
No, I don't know what the word is, but if I was yeeting a flip flop at someone, that would be me. I would be the one that's just chasing people around. Girl, I don't know how to say that.
I was hoping you would be able to because I read that and my dyslexia just went, nope, not doing that.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna do that.
chancla? I don't know. The
Yeah,
flippy
that
floppy.
word. The flippy floppy. The flippy. That is the quote of this. The flippy. We're calling it that from now on. That's what it's going to be called.
Yeet the flippy fluffy. But yeah, with OLE, I was kind of involved in the original formation of it. I kind of came on with the intention of being like human resources and kind of social media kind of person, because I am taking digital marketing and social media marketing as a like as a career right now. So I'm going through university to do all of that. So that was kind of why they were interested in bringing me on in the first place. And then we just kind of stuck around. My attitude was kind of liked by people. I got
I'm
stuff
very,
done.
and I think the one of the things that I have found during all of this, and the mother mantra metaphor, absolutely correct, by the way. It is absolutely spot on. And Andre is absolutely loving the flippy
Flippy
floppy.
floppy.
That is
I
staying for
got that
now.
from
I've heard it before, but I can't remember where I've heard it from.
I mean, I got it from the I'm on a boat song by Lonely Island. I got my swim trunks and my flippy floppies.
That's it. That is a great song, by the way. If you're
It
under the
is.
age of 16, do not listen to any other of their songs. If you're over the age of 16, feel free. So a lot has happened to OLE at the end of
Mhm.
2023, beginning of 2024. People have
Mhm.
left and they've gone on their own career paths of what they wanted to do,
Mhm.
and new people have come in to it. So my question to you is, what? How do you feel it ended in 2023, and what's the difference now compared to what it was before?
Um, So I think what kind of ended up happening was just a difference, a creative differences is what it
Mhm,
kind of came down to. And we did have a couple of members end up exiting voluntarily. It was kind of like there was a discussion happening, and the discussion wasn't really going anywhere. It was kind of feeling like we were running on a treadmill in place. And from that point, we were just kind of like, not really sure what to do. There was a little bit of tension, and once the other members did exit and we were kind of left over in the scramble, we started realizing that we actually had a lot more options and a lot more people who actually really wanted to work with us. We have noticed that we talk about quite a bit with Bobby and Astrid and Ed, that the tension that we had noticed before is non-existent now. There is no tension that I'm aware of that anybody has anything that they have to say that they're sitting on. We deal with things immediately and in such a professional and respectful and loving way that I hope anyway that everybody feels they have gotten a little bit of what they wanted initially out of this situation, if that makes sense. It
mhm,
feels a lot more organized. It feels really carefree. It feels like we have so many people who are just like chilling in a cafeteria. It's like a group of friends just chilling at a bar or at a pub out there. Is that what you call her? Just chilling, just a big group of friends. Andre and I call all of our friends here the horde. So it's like a horde of just people just chilling, having fun, talking about their stuff. There's always different conversations going on, but
mhm.
everybody respects everybody and their opinions. It's so relaxing. It's so fun. And I get to like, there was a point where when I used to get notifications before where I'd be like, ugh, what am I dealing with now?
Mhm,
I don't get that now. It's more, what am I celebrating now? Who did what that I need to look at? Who's posting something? Who's going live that I want to watch? It's incredible the complete energy change that we have seen, bringing on people like you, bringing on people like Lauren, like Kimmy, like Auntie
mhm,
Collins, no relation, like Kyle, like Jose, like Caden. We
mhm.
have so many amazing people who we work with who just love doing what they're doing and are feeling free to express themselves in such a way that they get to experience this amazing podcasting stuff. It's been amazing.
I will say, and I will top up with this, was I wasn't there at that time. I come
Mhm,
in January 2024. And the one
mhm,
thing I will say, the difference in me now compared to them was when I come in, I wanted to help everyone. You know this. I messaged you the
mhm,
day that I got told that I was going to be a part of OLE was the day
mhm,
that I messaged you and I went, if you ever need anything, as in thumbnails, anything in life, I am always there for you. I did the same with every single person there. Astrid, Ed, Bobby, Bobby's become one of
mhm,
my very close friends. Lauren has always been there for me, no matter if I was here, there, or before. And it just
mhm,
feels like, and you said this so spot on, it's about celebrating someone. And there's always something going on. I'll openly say we've got our own little personal Discord where we put our own stuff in about
mhm,
life, about what someone's doing, what we have,
mhm,
if there's something we want to critique on, or there's an ideas or something, where you will get me once every month going, I want to do a show about random stuff. Who wants to join me? And then I go, might not be the best. Bobby then will message me and go, you think it's the best idea? I go, yeah, probably not. And then go on and carry on doing it. But you are absolutely right with what you were saying. Everyone in there, Ella J's now sort of a part of it. She comes and goes,
Yeah,
but she's
yeah,
got amazing stuff what she's doing on her own, and she
yeah,
will be a part of the interviews later on as well. She has
yeah,
agreed to a date as well, so that's great. Let's go through some of the comments that we've had. T-Pain Bar, absolutely. Absolutely. Lauren Astrid agreed with you. We don't want any argy bargy, but she spelled it wrong and then she put it like that. So then we've had Andre coming going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes. Nice plug. I like that.
Yes, it will.
I'm so I love this interview, but next week he's going to be like my heaven because I know that I can make him feel so uncomfortable for about an hour that it's going to make
Yes.
me so happy during that. So the last question before we get into what the OLE members would like to say to you and questions that
no.
they've got is this is the question that I haven't asked anyone else, but I feel like that this is a question that I would like to ask you. What are the 3 qualities you look in someone to be friends with you?
The biggest thing is honesty. It's a
Mhm.
big, big thing for me. Because if you're not going to be honest with me, you're not going to be contributing to me. I'm not a child. Obviously, I'm 40 years old. I've kind of gone through this ish. I've seen a lot of stuff. I also am at the point in my life where I know there's things I'm going to have to hear that I might not necessarily like. That's on me
Mhm.
to react to. That's on me to deal with. Nobody should ever feel uncomfortable saying anything to somebody or be like, oh, I'm going to upset them. So upset me. I might be upset with you a little bit at first, but I'm the kind of person where after some hindsight, some thought, yeah, I appreciate the honesty. So honesty, you want to be a friend with me, be honest with me. Don't be a dick about it. Be honest.
Constructive,
Another
constructive.
yeah,
Yeah.
Another thing, have fun. You gotta be fun loving. You just carefree, do your thing. If you are that kind of person, I'm gonna be immediately attracted to that because that's gonna be the person who's gonna help me bring out my inner child. So if you're sitting there going, "Aloo, loo, loo," you can guarantee a Melball is gonna be running up next to you going, "Aloo, loo, loo," with you because we're gonna be carefree together. So I have a tendency, you can ask Andre, I do some weird shit at weird times with no explanation as to why, just to make people laugh. So if you can hang with that and you have that kind of mentality, we're going to get along just fine. A third thing, the third thing, it's going to have to be loyalty. The biggest thing that I find nowadays is that there's a lot of shit talking. A lot of people
Mhm.
talking shit, and a lot of people talking shit about people who they call friends behind their backs. I'm the kind of person, I'm a devil's advocate. If you're talking shit about my friend, okay, you probably had an experience with them, but I'm not going to let that fly around me. You're going to
Mhm.
have to take that somewhere else, and I do expect my friends to do the same thing for me if I'm not around. So those pretty easy to get along with. I mean, those are, I think, pretty easy qualities to attain if you're a good person, right?
Astrid would tell
Right?
you. Astrid would tell you of how much of a nice person I am. Be nice. Be nice. No, I completely agree with you. So loyalty, honesty, and fun. That's basically the three
Yeah.
pillars of the Melball friendship that we're going to do. But before we get, I've got a moth. This moth will not fuck off. Anyway, I've just got attacked in the head twice from it. Don't you start as well.
Oh,
Yeah, don't you start as well. Right, before we get into it, because I know she's here, what we're going to do is before we get into OLE Asked, what I'm going to do, and I want to shout this out from the rooftop, Astrid made this, okay? And I want to showcase it. And I want to showcase it as we've got a number of people here. The moth is now on my screen. Fuck off. Sorry, I do apologise. I'm about to.
Mothy.
There might be a reason why I'm playing this, so I can get rid of the bloody thing. So this is a video that Astrid has made, and I want to really show it out there so everyone can see it. And I would like love hearts in the comments and W's in chat. I feel like a proper streamer right here. That we're going to do, and I'm going to play it. This is the OLE intro from now on. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. Melball, get your tissues ready because the next part, you're definitely
Oh
going to need
no.
them. Yes.
Oh
So
no.
here we go. This is what Astrid has
Hurricane, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of them. of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my head, get you out of my head again.
Love it. I love
Yes,
it. I love it. I
I'm
love
so.
it.
I've just realised that my jamming out looks like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's the station of the world.
It
Anyway,
does. It does.
Anyway, Lauren has been putting dubs in the chat. She's also gone mental with the keyboard as well at the same time. And then Astrid's for Laurel reminds me of an injury. Yes, this was the conversation we were having.
It's like a Brady Bunch. I love it.
And then, thank you, Astrid. You've done an absolutely incredible job for doing that. And now it is the time,
So amazing.
ladies and gentlemen. This is the time
Oh no.
that I get to play my music. That is, if it's too loud, I'm going to turn it down. Just the reason I play this is because this brings nostalgia to my childhood. Anyway, so the first one is from Lauren Goodnight, and from Lauren Goodnight, she's put Mel is a real one. Next year, had best treat her well, and she's got two questions for you. On top of that, it is, how do you keep your hair so snatched at all times? That's number one. Well, Lauren, what I do is I shove. Oh, you meant you no worries. The other one is, what's the one thing you need with you every time you record?
So the hair is snatched with a lot of hairspray and a lot of willpower. I'm just very happy that no one can see what's behind my head, holding everything into place. Yeah, lots of hairspray, lots of willpower, lots of swearing also, usually beforehand, and about 20 minutes of me fighting with my hair, trying to get it out of places where it shouldn't be because it's so long. But yeah, there's a clip in here right now to reveal the secret. Massive clip just hanging everything in place. It's like Homer when he lost all the weight and had all the skin just clipped behind his back. That's how a Melball survives. But the one thing I have to have with me when I'm recording is my other little partner who's under my chair right now, my puppy. Little Koji, he always keeps me calm. He knows my voice, and he knows when my voice changes. So if my voice changes, he'll come up and check on me on the side here for a little pet, little love. I can hear him snoring away down there right now.
So Astrid has put, get ready.
Oh no.
Me too. She put, and then glad no one can see it. Okay.
Me too. It just keeps everything behind.
So, Bobby, if you've watched all of these series, you'll know the question that Bobby's going to ask, because he's asked the same question every time, because the man is brilliant. But he has wrote a paragraph, and my dyslexia is gonna get interesting during this. So this, I'm actually gonna ask you the question first, and I'm gonna get into what he said first. Let's get rid of Astrid. Go away. I love you, really. I promise. I love you. Have I got rid of her completely? No, she's gone now. Gone. So, Bobby, the question he's asked you, it's the question I have for everyone who's allowed to sit down and chat with anyone, is whether with us or still not, if you could have a question for anyone that's alive or dead with anybody, who would it be?
Ask a question of anyone dead or alive. It honestly would probably be my mother. There's still a lot of stuff that I haven't, like, that I've thought about since she's passed, where I've been like, I wish I thought about that, a decade ago. Dang it. Yeah, it would probably be my mom, just because I didn't get to know her as much as I would have liked to before she passed. So I just kind of found her in the last couple of years before she had passed. So I think I would love to kind of talk with her and just kind of see what she was like and see how, because I am a spitting image of her. I look like her twin. So it would be nice to kind of hear, because I do have a half sister that I share with, same mother, different father, and we have some similar personality traits. So I would have liked to maybe go into a little bit more detail with her to maybe see what my father was like, what my similarities to her are like, what my similarities to him were like. I certainly know where, like, my daredevil, not scared of anything for 5'3" attitude comes from, but I'd like to know where some of my other stuff came from. So I think that the answer to that would definitely have to be my biological mom.
Astrid's having a go at me. I do apologize. I still love you, Astrid. So, the thing that he would like to say to you is Melball, who I met through mutual friends, has been here from OLE from the start. Melball, while she never wants to take credit for it, is one of the people, OLE, who has challenged me and helped me to get better understand certain aspects of being a contributor that I likely would never have figured out otherwise. I've had the honor of sharing the screen with Melball, and an epic memory was when we watched AEW PPV together. Why not just say pay-per-view? I just said PPV. Anyway, and then realised we committed to a post show while both of us were a little on the intoxicated side. With Bobby, I know which side that means. What people do not see on the screen are motivational pictures and videos that Melball, she sends them to me as well, sends me that quite often boost me to continue doing what I do. Very much so for me as well. I respect Melball as a contributor, but I appreciate Melball even more as a friend. That is.
Thank you, Poppy.
Next on my list is Andre, but I'm going to leave him to last. The next one is from Astrid herself. She put, we're going to do the questions first. I think that's probably the best way, and then we'll leave the tears.
Sure. Leave the tears for after.
So, with two parts to this, what made you want to dip your toes into content creation and wrestling media? What would you be doing if you hadn't?
Well, to answer if I hadn't, I'd probably be working in an office, very unhappy with life. Before we started doing content creation, I'd gotten my administrative assistant certification and had started working at a local gym doing admin. And even working at the gym, it was I was in my gym, so I was in my happy place, but because I wasn't doing gym stuff, I was doing admin stuff. It wasn't something that I was very happy doing, even though it's something that, well, is pretty easy to do. So I'd probably be doing that. But what got me really into the content creating was having these little moments with Cody, having these moments with Astrid and Ella, doing these little shows beforehand that kind of made me go, They really did give me a tester, a feeler of what it was that I could be doing. And yeah, it just kind of inspired me to start slowly progressing forward. So, Astrid, my girl, you inspired me.
So let's talk a little bit about Astrid because she had a lot of brilliant things to say about yourself, and I know that you two do a show together, ladies
Mhm.
wrestling show together. So the question I have for you regarding Astrid is, she had some brilliant things to say about you, but what would you say about her was the qualities that made you want to go and do the work with her that you're doing?
Oh,
Because she is amazing at what she does, but what was it that
mhm.
made you go, I want to do more stuff with her? What was it?
Her passion. She has
Yes.
such passion for everything she does, whether it's her booking and her bookie stuff, whether it's wrestling and the wrestling content that she puts out. She is an all or nothing kind of person. And when I had first met her, she was this passionate person, but she was also very a little mousier, a little quieter. She didn't stand up for herself as much as she does now. The growth that she has gone through since I've met her has been astronomical, but the advice that she gives is just so good as well. And what I love is that she is now so unapologetically honest about what it is that she says, but she says it in such a sweet way and a professional way and a respectful way that even if she's trying to be mean to you, which I don't think she would ever do, it will never come off that way. She's always so sweet about how she does things. But yeah, she is just the growth. So I'm so proud of her. So proud of that woman. I love you, Astrid.
There's a story that I want to tell about Astrid, and
Oh.
I didn't get to say this to her because I didn't know if it was the right time to say it, but I know that this is the right time because now she's just put this. Um, so because I saw this, I now want to make it worse because I want to give everyone a little story. What she's There was a time when I very first met Astrid, which was about two years ago, I think it was, where it was very much asking me to help her out with NXT stuff or anything like that. Then we started talking behind the scenes, and there were things going on in her personal life that she couldn't really deal with all the way she was. And we sat down, and I was on a call with her for 2 hours. Sat with her on a call with her for 2 hours, and at the end of those 2 hours, I got to know Ashton more, but I got to love Ashton more because I got to understand the person. And to see that person that I had on that call for 2 hours, to see her now, and I believe, and I know this for a fact, that if she carries on going the way she is with her content creating, then I will put anything against it that she will be up there with some of the best female content creators in the professional wrestling industry that there is. I didn't get just to say this to you when you were on, and do apologize, but I'm going to say it now. And I want you to know that you are an amazing person and you deserve it all. So please keep going with that on there. Right, we're going to move on from Astrid and we're going to go on to Ed. Ed has asked
Real
you.
quick on Astrid, I always say she is the star of OLE.
Yes, very much so.
Hmm.
Very much so. What she wanted to say to you before I move on, I forgot to read it. What she said to you was, "The older sister I never had. I'm glad we are in each other's lives, how we count on each other for everything. And we make each other laugh, but also uplift each other. I'm very grateful to you. You are such an amazing friend." That is what she has put. We've got Ed, Mr. Ed Balls here. I'm going to call him Ed Balls because he doesn't know who Ed Balls is, and not a lot of you will. So I'm going to go with it. The question he has for you is, what things besides spooky and Japanese and women's wrestling would you like to create if you had the time?
So I'm actually right now just toying with the idea of doing it is a wrestling sort of related thing, but I'm thinking about doing a fashion related thing where I do a look or like a day look or an outing look based entirely on a wrestler. So a wrestler persona. So like for example, Shingo Takagi, the dragon of New Japan wrestling. I would kind of pick the wrestler and then kind of build an outfit in my closet that I have just recently fixed up and redone for the potential. We're gonna do some filming with that anyway and try to see what we can do with that. So fashion is something that I'm very interested in doing as well. Um, I'm also considering, just because I know so many people who do, but we don't have a ton of it on here, is just checking out some of the gaming stuff. I do like doing a lot of gaming and streaming like that. So I do want to. I have a lot of friends who do a lot of cool stuff on Twitch with it, like the gaming. We got Bobby, but I'm thinking about maybe getting into that, but not pulling out some of the newer stuff. I'm thinking about bringing out some of the classics, the classic PlayStation 2, PlayStation kind of stuff. So we're gonna see from there. We're gonna keep kind of testing some stuff, testing some waters, seeing if I can make that vision actually come to life. But I'm also one of the things that I'm doing kind of more is also trying to influence other people that I think have talent to do other things as well and trying to bring them in. So I have some that's other stuff that I'm working on, is working on other people and trying to convince them to join us, join our fold, join the
In the
horde.
in the words of the Emperor from Star Wars, do it, Luke Skywalker. You need to do it. I think you would be amazing at it. So I look forward to seeing that. Make sure you check that out and see how this goes. But he would like to say to you, thank you for being one of the key players in OLE and for the vision that you have that and help you have given to us on things we do promoting our content. Also, thank you for introducing me to my Marvel tag team partner Andre and for working with Astrid on LWS. That is from Ed. So
You,
we're going to get
Ed.
to the final person here today who hasn't even
Oh,
asked a question. This was just there's no question on this, even though there was a question that was asked, but he wanted to give statements. But there's from two people. There's a
oh,
surprise person that has made a thing for you
oh,
that I got sent. So the first one is from a friend called Alicia, who is the younger sister of the son of
Melissa.
Irish, aka Soulboy. So she has put this.
Boy, girl.
There is truly no one else like Melball. I am truly thankful I was introduced to her. She's incredibly talented, smart, and her knowledge and advice gives to people is like no other. I mean, look at her. She's beautiful inside and out. Love hard, is extremely kind, passionate, and hilarious. Having you in my life has opened my eyes to meaningful friendships, and I learn something from you every day. I don't know where I'll be right now if it wasn't for you being there for me. Mel, I love you. You're my twin flame, the yin to my yang, the other Isadorn. I don't know if I got that right. And can't wait for years to come on our way. That is from Alicia.
Yeah, that's the Issa Dawn thing is a play on our names. Because my middle name is Dawn and her name is Alyssa Dawn. So Melissa Dawn, Issa Dawn's. Good.
Perfect. See? I,
Yeah, oh, Alyssa, the doy girl. I love that girl. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. I love you. She's a good friend of mine who yeah, again, the weirdness. It's just when she and I get together, we're just two silly souls in a cupcake.
so the music's going to be turned off for this. This is from Andre, and he put, "This is my letter to Melbourne.
Oh
I would
no.
like I would like this to be read on the show. I apologize for the length, but she means so much to me that it takes a lot of words to express. What can I say about Melbourne? She has become the coolest person to me in my life, except for my mum. She is ride or die forever. She is my partner in crime in streaming and life. She has been there for me through some of the toughest points in my life, and I don't know if I would be where I am mentally without her. She is the rock when I'm dealing with anything in my life. She has been huge, pushing me to get better with my mental and physical health. She has inspired me to be better and keep pushing myself with streaming and podcasting. She will not let me fail, and she's always makes me better. She is the best passenger I could ever ask for, and every show we go together is an adventure there and back. Melball, I love you. You mean the absolute world to me. You make me laugh. You make me cry in a good way. You make me happy. Thank you for the friendship. Thank you for being the awesome person you are.
Oh, damn it, Andre. He is right, though. It is an adventure every time we get together. We are just doing some wacky-ish. We have carpool karaoke. We have good car rides. Oh, I love you, Andre. Thank you so much. He's like my
I,
brother from another mother, that guy. No, Astrid, I know. I'm doing my best over here. Damn
I
it.
think this show, especially today, has made more people cry than I probably would have thought of when I started doing and thinking up of the idea of doing this show. But
I mean, that's what
that
happens
is
when you meet amazing people, though, right? And you have such great people in your life. You can't help but just cry happy tears that they're in your life.
absolutely. And we're going to go to this. We've done this every single time, and we finish off the show with one word answers. Right,
Oh, yes.
Astrid and Andre don't understand what one word is. All right, I've worked this out. And before we get into that, I just want to say, and also, I'm shocked with that one. So there is a few superstars that I've gone with, the same type of ones that I went with Andre, but there's a couple of things I've added to this. Okay, so my very first one to you, and the one-word answer is Will Ospreay.
Oh, goat. Goat.
Eddie Thorpe.
Heartthrob.
There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I put that in there specifically for you to see what you would come up with.
Well, I mean, best finisher, Spindly Bindley.
These two, I swear to God. So there was a thing that Andre said to me about this person, and I want to get your answer on it. Zack Sabre Jr.
Ooh, ooh, wizard.
Okay.
He's a wizard,
Julia.
Harry.
I did not expect a Harry Potter reference at this point. I love that. He's a wizard, Harry. Julia.
Julia, international. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that woman, I mean, she was born in England. She's half Japanese, half Italian. Now she's going to be working in North America. There's who else is more international than her right now? Everybody and anybody in the wrestling world probably knows who Julia is.
Very much so. I'm excited to see her. Io Sky.
Oh, that one's a tough one for me. You Sky. What's the word? I don't want to say past because she's the present right now in WWE. But for me, I saw her in the past and she kind of set up we'll say standard. She set up the standard in Stardom for
Okay.
what it is that performance is.
So we're going to go through some of the OLE family here. The first one we have got is Lauren Goodnight.
Oh, fire. Fire, fire, fire. That girl is awesome. I love her. And Spicy. Maybe Spicy is a better one.
I think that's probably the right one. That one.
Yeah.
Astrid.
Oh, sister. That's my sister from another Mr. and Mrs. She's the family or friend that became family.
Perfect. Ed.
Eh. Oh, Ed, you are like the little brother who's constantly,
Annoying.
yes. I wouldn't say you're annoying, but he's the little brother who's constantly like poking me. So
Yes.
yeah, maybe bear.
There we go. All right. Bobby.
Money. Money Munson, Mr. Money Munson. That man is always creating something, always creating money. That man is smart.
Very much so. Me.
Oh, cheeky.
I'll tell you that. I'll take that one. I'll tell you that. Right. And this is going to be a bit of like a personal one, but how would you describe yourself in one word?
We're gonna turn it into one word, Quasi cupcakes.
Why is it with people are not using one word? Crazy. Please tell me that's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Quasi cupcakes. It sure is.
Oh, I love that show. Love that show. I've watched it so many times. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, gold. Gold. I mean, for me, NJPW can do no wrong. It's the highest quality that I like to watch. So gold, gold.
Stardom.
Stardom, I would have to say talent. All of those women, every single one of them, from the veterans to the new girls, Rana, Yagami, Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara, all of these girls have so much talent. It is undeniable. Their shows are just solid, start to finish. Talent.
By the way, that last name that you just said, the way that you said it, oh, that was perfect. Marigold.
Ooh, Marigold. We're gonna say we're gonna say fresh. Because I feel like Marigold does have a lot of the girls that did exit from a lot of other companies, but they're just starting something brand new, something fresh. So I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
with fresh because we got Milo Grace over there as well.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Mhm.
WWE.
Work in progress. We're going to hyphenate all of that work in progress. But you know what? I'm so happy with the content that I'm seeing coming out of the WWE now that the dementia era has ended and Triple H has taken back over. I am seeing such great content coming out of that company. I have such high hopes for its future. If you asked me that when the dementia era was still happening, I'd have been like, no way. He's going to run that into the ground. It's going great. Yeah, see, she's
Mate,
got the right idea. One word.
yeah. TNA.
TNA. Ooh, Impact.
AEW. I'm
I'm
so
trying to
happy
think of a
I'm not
nice
doing
one.
this.
Yeah, here's the thing. Let's go with AEW. AEW. One word to describe AEW. Improvement? Improvement needed? Hyphenate that one. Here's the same thing with WWE. I'm seeing improvements. It's just not happening at the speed I would like it to happen at. If it could catch up a little bit more, that'd be great. But whatever they're doing with Mariah and Tony, keep it up. I'm trying to avoid swearing on this one as much as I can.
You
That,
don't need to worry
that
about
did
that.
pop into my head.
You don't need to worry about not swearing. I've just told the moth to fuck off about 4 times, so you don't need to worry about that whatsoever. NXT.
NXT flourishing.
Mm.
Flourishing. I'm hearing a lot of great things about that content and talent.
And the last one, I've asked this with everyone. and I'm going to ask this with you. Family.
OLE.
You know
OLE.
what?
All these people have become like siblings to me. Anytime I need something, I know I can call any one of these people. These are the people who I call, who I go to. Family. OLE.
Well, that does it. That is all the questions we have got. We've been over an hour. I try and get these two up to an hour, but you were just so amazing. There was so much that I wanted to discuss with you, and we've had a few tears. We've had a few stuff that went on, and a lot of tears in the comments with everything and how it all went. I want to say thank you ever so
Oh,
much.
Andre. We need.
All right
Andre. What's the word that I. Spindly Bindley.
then.
He knows what it means.
Love it.
Spindly Bindley.
That is the perfect way to finish that. And that will be all the questions we've got. But before we go any further, I knew there was something that I needed to do before I was going to this. And now my internet's deciding to go extremely slow. And as you can tell, I'm waffling at this point so I can get to the point where I need to get to so that it doesn't make me look unprofessional whatsoever. So we're going to end this here. We're going to put all the stuff down below. Melball, please let everyone know that it's still here. What you got coming up, where we can find you, and everything about yourself.
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can find me and Andre C on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk. We're putting out content like multiple content every week, trying to keep up with the G1, trying to keep up with the Grand Prix, and then also our local shows on Shop Talk. So check that out. You can also check me out on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. And you can also catch me on our local establishment doing the Japanese Wrestling Update with Andre C every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, unless it's not. And then we let you know on social media.
Love that.
All I got going on.
You got loads going on, and it is great to see. And we need to see more of you on the internet. So I look forward to seeing the stuff that you do in the future. But for me, you can see me on here hopefully every week at this point. We have got the interview next Saturday. Will be with OL Ed. Ed will be here. He has been fighting to not do it for weeks, and I have bullied him into doing it. So he will be here next Saturday, same time as this, 10 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Next Saturday, he will be here. So make sure you come and check that out. In case anything does change, then we will let you guys know. But that is the plan of action. But you can find me on Mark Talks Wrestling, where we're currently doing WWE 2K24. And over there, we are building. This week is the build-up show to next week's AEW Double or Nothing, the only AEW show that I am willing to put on my channel. So that is happening. And by the way, if you don't know, AEW will be removed from the end of this series, where it will be replaced. Lauren Goodnight is the general manager. She will be going over to Japan to be the New Japan Pro Wrestling general manager. Bobby Munson will be the TNA general manager, moving himself from MLW, and I will be moving the WWE to the United Kingdom, where it should be, because the greatest thing in the world is the UK. Bar a few things. And Mark Talks Football, you will find out today if we have won the Japanese Premier League. So make sure you check that out, because tomorrow's episode, we will be doing a job search, looking for my next job, and it has been found. I will be going to North America, but you will find out who it is. There's a certain ex-footballer that runs the show there, so make sure you check that out. And Mark Talks Gaming, we've got GTA 5, replaying the story mode on that, and Formula 1 Manager 24 as well. I am losing my shit with that game because I'm so crap. So make sure you check that out. But before we go, we've had a couple of comments while I've waffled. Great job. Debatable. What are we debatable? What debatable of how good I am?
That showed up right after the UK comment, so it might have been in
Yeah. But we have the greatest team. Reading, greatest team in the world. We won today, and I took my door. Oh, by the way, I want to do a special announcement while everyone's here. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. UK time, noon, which I can't work out 5 hours behind. 8 a.m. I think Eastern, if I'm right. I could be wrong with that one. I did a vlog today, going to the game with my daughter. She wanted to be in the video. She wanted to be a part of the vlog. She got her very first season ticket where she will be going to all of the games with me. She wants to be a part of it. So if you guys can give it some love for her for the first time, because she will be looking at it. So it will be around, so make sure you go and check that out as well. Also, thank you very much. My brain did not want to function. So yes, it will be 7 a.m. Eastern. So once you guys have all woken up or anyone's around that wants to see it. So my daughter's in it. She makes the video and we have a bit of fun. So make sure you go and check that out. But as we're going out, I've played it twice already. But because I love it so much, we're going to play it for the third time. And to send us out will be Astrid Pizarro's intro. She's going to hate this video by the time that she actually gets around to using it herself. And then, man, I've played it. So to lead us out, we will be finishing off with the weekly calendar that you will be able to see what's been going on this week on OLE, and then the new one will be coming up Monday. So make sure you go and see what's coming up on your local establishment very, very soon. But my name's been Mark. That has been Mel. I have to remember that it's the opposite way around, and I always forget. I was about to point that way. Anyway, that has been Melball. Thank you, Melball. You are an absolute living legend, and I'm so thankful to be able to sit down with you. It means a lot to me. So thank you ever so much for being a part of this show here today. And
Thank you for having me on.
Yes, and enough crying, people. It's all about celebration. And we're going to go with the calendar leading into Astrid's intro. So we will see you guys next week on OLE for the next part of Mark interviews. And I tell you what, Ed doesn't know what's going to hit him, because the week after that, you're going to want to watch it. I promise you. I have got a special guest, but you will find that out very soon. Bruce.
Hurricane, a tidal wave, essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, yeah, you bury me. You've got me hypnotized, push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. Whoa. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again. Hurricane, a tidal wave, essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the